It's Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity with your succulent tip of the day, and we are up in Claremont celebrating our son's birthday, and I thought it would be fun to take you on a tour and show you his garden. Remember, we installed this. Hi, sweet girl. That's Lucy over there. Oh, no, it's Quinny. That's right. We've got the whole family here today. That's little Quinny, and then our son John, of course. This went in a couple of years ago, and we were hit here in Southern California with some rain, and we got hail. So you can see the hail damage, particularly on this agave attenuata variegate. Isn't that just, even look here on the new terminal growth. So this thing is going to be showing hail damage for probably the better part of a year. I mean, even the Echeveria got nailed. Look at that.
Look at the mangave here too.
And the mangave got hammered.
But
Yeah.
babies, so.
Yeah, that mangave bloomed out, but the babies will overtake and all will be well. The millii here are just as happy as a seagull with a french fry. The Aeonium sunburst love life here. Aloe nobilis. Even the cotyledons look good. I will be going in here with a whip and a chair and knocking back some of these plants that are starting to infringe on the sidewalk. The undulata. I mean, look at that hail damage. At first I thought it was just, like snails just had a convention on this plant, but then it occurred to me, no, that's hail. The Mexican snowball, Echeveria elegans, loves Claremont, loves this yard. I grabbed some of these from John's garden when he moved into this house a few years ago, and they're extremely happy in my Vista garden too. All right, look at this Athona capensis. Woo-wee.
Are these Vera Higgins?
Yeah. This is such a beautifully stressed potted pot. I did this for John's birthday last year. So this pot is a year old. It hasn't been touched in a year. And look at that precious bloom. That is so sweet. Gosh, I just love that. The Harmsii. Happy, happy, happy. Oh yeah, okay. And then this aloe Bainesii, all of this discoloration on the bottom leaves is super typical. It's a fungal thing, and they are trying to breed it out of this plant, and they haven't been successful yet. But I don't worry about it. I just consider it freckles. You can tell by the new growth up top that it's a healthy, happy plant. There isn't a problem. So let's just consider this to be character and call it a day. The Portulacaria afrovariegata is doing exactly what I wanted it to do. So gorgeous there. And looks like our aloe vera is getting ready to throw off a beautiful bloom. Now this one didn't take any hits at all from the hail.
A few, but
really, I mean, you'd have to stop you'd have to really stop and look. Here's the thing. Okay, this Desert Museum Palo Verde, I was looking through their living room window and seriously considering taking this branch completely off.
do it.
Right here.
I agree.
See, Hannah's like, do it. But see, it's infringing on the walk path for starts, but I really think conformationally,
Single trunk.
yeah, this single trunk here, I like where it's split and then it's very balanced. Right now, not so much, is it? So, I mean, that's a big move. But I'm here for it. And I think we'll see what you guys have to say, but I really think conformationally that this tree might be better moving forward as just a single instead of a multi.
Don't you think it's interesting how these Portulacaria haven't run amok like they sometimes do?
Yes, Hannah's mentioning how these Portulacaria here are just kind of pouting.
Not mad at it though.
No, typically these take off. I mean, they run for the hills, and these have pretty much stayed the same size as when I put them in. Same with the Dazzlerium longissimum. This hasn't really done a whole lot either. I mean, it's fine, but it's just kind of sitting there, minding its biz. The Trichechii has thrown off 1, 2, 3, 4 babies. Loving, loving, loving that. Another plant that's kind of just sitting here is this Dracaena Draco.
Also has some hail damage
Yep, got some hail damage, but, and what is this?
from the trees.
Oh, from the freaking tree. Yep. Freaking sidewalk tree. More damage here on the beautiful Attenuata. Oh, that breaks my heart. Every time I come up to my son's garden, I bring something. And recently, I think at his birthday last year, I brought this really beautiful Agavoides. Great big gigantic Agavoides. 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 It's holding up nicely. Remember, we are now in the middle of February, so the weather's been, not the greatest. Oh, look at this. Just right out in the exposed, bam. Elegans again for the win here in Claremont. Happy, happy, happy plant. I recently received a plant delivery from Michigan, you guys, from Walter's Gardens. Hans sent me, oh my gosh, 30 mangaves, I think. This was the biggest one that he sent. This is called Permanent Wave. And I immediately raced it up here and put it in my son's garden because my garden. I don't have room for that plant. It looks like it might be crossed with Titanota, possibly. Stunning. Blue. I mean, when we pulled up, it was just bam, in our face. So many of you follow Mad About Mangave on Instagram. If you don't, I encourage you to. For all things Mangave. I'll be sharing with you some of the new introductions that were sent to me. They're very, very exciting. And one of them is this one. I've never seen it before. Permanent Wave for the W. Then look at the giant lavender lady over here. This was actually in the first installation that we did, that we showed you earlier in the video, the part 1, and I moved it because it was just getting too big. And it is extremely happy there. I would say, based on my experience, I have yet to meet a mangave that hasn't thrived in the ground. And I've noticed that some of you have been asking questions about that. Do I keep my mangave in a pot? Do I put it in the ground? Maybe if your mangave is really, really little, you might baby it in a pot for a season or two. But generally speaking, in my experience, they seem to thrive in ground. So, big, big announcement. Many of you know that I'm offering a live interactive workshop on Sunday, March 10th, and it is about to go live for registration. There will be a link in the description of this video for you to register. Now, the idea is that we're going to keep the classes small. It'll be a Zoom setup. There will be 25 people. I'll be holding 3 classes so a total of 75 only can join. We want to keep it smaller so we can keep the interaction going, and I'm going to be installing a succulent tapestry in my front yard in real time for you to follow along, ask questions, and have me respond and answer. It'll be about a 90-minute Zoom. And so I'm going to build out a little bit of it beforehand. Then I'm going to tear it down and rebuild, tear it down and rebuild. That's how much I love you. So I would really, really like to see you. And I hope that all of you, well, wait a minute, there's only room for 75. I hope most of you, okay, I hope some of you will be able to get into this. And it's not a one-off, guys. We'll be doing this again, especially if we have the kind of success that we're hoping and thinking we're going to get. I just want more time with you. I want to offer you more. I want to be more interactive with you. And here is our very, very first opportunity. So remember, link in the description. I hope to see you, as many of you as possible, on Sunday, March 10th. Okay. What else can we... Oh yes, my goodness, yes. The tapestry. This was kind of a gamble. It was a risk. Not, being super familiar. I believe we're, kind of 10A, 10B up here. Probably 10A.
Look at this Athona.
Oh my gosh, this Athona capensis for the W. See, it's not as purple, is it?
No, but it's more prolific and the leaves are fatter.
Yeah, so there you have it. I mean, this one is 12 feet away from its neighbor and doing something completely different, but we're here for both. This tapestry, really everything is, for the most part, thriving, isn't it? I mean, I don't see any casualties, really. I see some plants that aren't as happy as others, maybe. Look at the sedum, rubra tinctum. I mean, the color is superb. But see how they tend to get a little rangy? Which is why I don't use a lot of this plant anymore because of that. It's, to me, it's like a long annual, a long-lived annual maybe, because I don't love that look. And yes, you can cut them and reset them, but my goodness, who's got that kind of time? This crassula is super cool. I don't remember what this one's called. Candy cane or candy corn or I don't know, something. And look, there's a little peanut. It looks like a bird might have dropped a little peanut in the plant. That's funny. And the Dudleya Bretonii, love it up here. Uh-oh, Hanny, look. We got alomite in the ferox. Shoot. Okay, what I'm going to do for that is I'm going to take an X-Acto knife and I'm going to do what I can to excise as much of that as possible, like cut it out. And then I'm going to take bare tree and shrub and treat it with the whole plant with a systemic drench. And then I'm going to hit the wounded part with some ortho home defense. And then we will pray to the garden gods and hope for the best. It's been... Yeah, I mean, it's been my experience that alomite is not necessarily a death sentence. And look, a bloom. It's late, but there it is. So yes, I will be treating that plant while I'm up here. And, you know, even the aloe brevifolia looks really, really good. And the blue elf looks really good. I just can't get over the Harmsii. These are velvet slipper, I think. And I got those at Waterwise Botanicals. This is a really phenomenal combo, isn't it? Look at how, see, this is why I call it a tapestry. See how these plants have knit together like a quilt? And I'm so here for it, right? The color, the texture. It's just stunning. The plants just kind of figure it out all by themselves. And you know how tight I pack these in to begin with. But this is what I mean when I say they just look better as time passes. Oh my gosh. But this little crassula, this is really making me happy. That it is thriving, thriving, thriving. Oh my goodness. And look at these fatties. So good. Also, I had run a black ribbon through here. And I just wasn't feeling it. So I Jackson Pollocked when I came up the last time. And I just mixed it all together. And I really like this look better in this tapestry than a straight line of ribboning. So I guess that's my story. Sticking with it. I will see you guys really soon, and some of you I might see just a little more of. This has been Laura Eubanks reporting from Claremont, California in my son's garden with your succulent tip of the day and a very special announcement. Bye guys.